Hello,
Hello, Dr. Amir.
this is Pastor R. Dallas Green, and I'm Dr. Amir Rashidian, and welcome back to another episode of That Settles the Issue. We're back in the boxing ring. So Pastor R., what's the issue?
Well, we may have it out today, Dr. Amir.
Oh, boy.
It's maybe a real boxing match.
I love it.
Well, the truth is, Dr. Amir, that thin is in.
Yes.
Many girls are stressing about their body image.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking at the supermodels and saying, like, I want to be thin like she is, and causing themselves some eating disorders.
Oh, yeah.
You see that greatly on our horizon.
That's right.
But contrary-wise, many Americans are overweight. Latest statistics are that about 2/3 of us carry more weight than we should. About 66% obese. And we're told by the experts, since we're in this condition, that we really need to be careful because that could create heart disease, diabetes, some conditions of cancer. So the experts are telling us now that to lose weight, it's about 75% diet and about 25% exercise. I remember, Dr. Amir, I went to my physician and he weighed me and I said to him, how do you lose weight? He said, well, you like to bike, don't you? And I said, yes. He said, you know, you cannot eat anything you want to eat when you bike. You're not like a world-class biker that's biking 100 miles a day, 4 hours on your bike. And he said, you have to practice portion control. If you eat from certain food groups and practice portion control, you're going to lose that weight. You know, I didn't lose the weight, Dr. Amir. So I wonder about whether that's the best course to go, to sort of portion control.
Yes.
And many people are doing now Weight Watchers. And I was talking to this guy, and I said to him, I said, what happened? He said, well, I've started weighing all my food. I have this scale in my kitchen, and I weigh my food before I eat it. And he's indeed lost weight. He's on a point system. So some would say that we can still lose the weight if we don't exercise. It takes a little longer, but we can lose the weight. What do you think, Dr. Reed? Do you think the solution to our problem is basically to do portion control and eat the right foods, exercise a little, maybe 30 minutes a day, and then we're going to lose all these pounds we carry?
All of them will just disappear. They'll melt right off of you instantly. You'll today, just like the cheesecake. You eat the whole cheesecake and you instantly explode into a 350-pound person, right? Does that happen quickly?
Well, maybe 10 years of eating cheesecake.
10 years of cheesecake after dinner every single night. Yeah, exactly. So I think that's the hard part. Is I wish we would see results instantly.
Yeah.
And then we would do it correctly, because then, like, you would see me on the next video, and you'd say, "What happened? Did you eat the cheesecake? Because you're 3 times bigger than you were." And I go, "Yeah, but tonight I'm going to skip it. I'm going to go right back to where I was." I want to say something. You commented on how people want to look better, and feel better about themselves, and this is my opinion, but I think you'll agree with me. Nothing's more beautiful than a smile. And nothing's more attractive than confidence.
Yes.
You can be confident, and you can be beautiful.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to do with your weight.
Yes.
So now, having said that, we do want to get rid of some weight, because there are a lot of people who want to lose weight, and I want to respectfully agree with the other thing you said, which is that it has to do with exercise and diet. I don't believe it does, because exercise and diet will temporarily change your body, but you will always go back to who you were before that. And I believe 1/3 of the equation is actually psycho-neuro-emotional. It's in here and it's in here. Because who you are determines how well what you do works.
As a man thinks in his heart, so is he.
Exactly.
You have to be something before you are something.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. You look at people who are significantly overweight. It's their identity. They naturally and subconsciously do certain things that keep them that way. Now, I've had many patients who were like that. And one lady, I'll tell you, she came in and I said, well, where do you think you're overeating? No, I'm going to take a picture of everything I'm eating. And she brought me a picture food diary, where she took a picture of everything she was eating. And she wasn't eating large meals. And she wasn't eating anything bad. So I said, well, there's got to be something you're doing. I want you to tell your family to watch you and tell you anything goes in your mouth. You know what we found out is that after her kids are done eating, because you know what, kids know when they're full.
Yeah.
They stop eating.
Yeah.
Mommy, Daddy, I'm full. Okay, don't eat anymore. You know, or we can say, you're our natural garbage disposal unit. You need to finish all the food. so anytime you're telling someone to clean your plate, you're actually telling them that they're your garbage disposal unit, that they need to clean their plate. But what she was doing was every time the kids were done eating, she would clean their plate for them.
She became the garbage disposal
She was the garbage disposal unit. She was eating. She didn't know she was doing it.
Probably in her mind, she was thinking, you don't waste food.
Yeah.
The food is precious.
Right.
Therefore, I made the food. It took a lot of effort. I'll eat the food that I have prepared.
That's right.
Yeah. Maybe ignoring her body, what it was telling her.
Yeah.
But telling herself that she had to put away the food.
Yeah. And the other part of that is this. We all have an image of ourselves.
Yeah.
We all see, with someone who's anorexic, they have a very distorted self-image.
Yes.
They see themselves as overweight when they're not. That's why they do the vomiting and the starvation and all of that stuff. So people say, I couldn't lose weight. Well, if you starve yourself, you will. It's a fact. Just like if you jump off the roof, you'll come down. It has to happen because the body burns energy, right?
Yeah.
Somehow, somewhere that's changing. And I think the number one problem is our self-image. We have a distorted image of ourselves, or we have an image that we're not willing to change. So we believe we're overweight. We see ourselves as overweight, and naturally we act according to who we believe we are. Our beliefs need to change.
We need to think ourselves differently.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. The saying is, watch your thoughts, because your thoughts become your words.
Yes.
Your words become your actions. Actions repeated over and over become your habits, and your habits create your character. Your character determines your destiny.
Wow. So we need to wave back up to our thoughts.
Yeah.
So what would a healthy person think about themselves?
I am a healthy person who makes healthy decisions, and you start to believe that. I would start with this. Close your eyes and visualize yourself standing in front of a mirror and you're looking at yourself. What do you see? If that's not the ideal you that you see, start by changing that. Train yourself to be able to imagine when you're standing in front of the mirror, you're seeing the you that you want to be in front of you. And just by doing that, you'll slowly start to transform into that. The other thing is always weigh yourself so that you always have that in the forefront of your mind. Oh, I still, I want to lose 10 pounds. If what happens is we forget.
Yeah.
Right? We forget. In the morning, we decide, today I'm going to eat really well. Then you're hungry. You go, oh, I'm going to eat the cheeseburger and the cheesecake. You forgot. But what if you wrote down the number of pounds you want to lose on the back of your hand with a red Sharpie, and you saw it all day, every day? Like, that would remind you, and then you start to become the kind of person who naturally makes the right choices and decisions. Otherwise, and here's one last thing I want to tell you is also when you're eating and when you're exercising, where's your focus?
Usually on yourself.
Right.
Yes.
If you decide to focus on pleasure and instant gratification, wherever you focus, that's where you're going to go, right? But if at that time you say, I'm going to give thanks, I'm going to be calm, I'm going to relax, your body first off processes that food. A lot of times it's not that you're eating too much, you're eating too fast.
Yeah.
Why don't you play some classical music to get your mind in the right place?
Yeah.
I really think it's neurologic and it's psychological. Play some Baroque classical music, just because it changes your brain waves. And you get into that mode of rest and digest.
Yes.
And you eat slower.
You talked before, Dr. Me, about the French effect, but I think that's worth our listeners hearing, the French effect of the foods they eat, but they don't seem to gain weight.
That's right. The French eat bread, wine, cheese, and really fatty foods with every single meal, but they are immune to heart disease. And if you see someone overweight in France, they're an American tourist. They're not French. So why is it they don't gain weight and they don't get sick? It's because they eat slow, they socialize when they're eating, they talk with their friends, they don't gulp it down. You and I, we probably eat in our car while we're driving from one appointment to the next, or sitting in traffic,
Yes.
upset and angry.
Yes.
That's going to make us gain weight. Don't forget the neuro-emotional, psychological part of weight loss. That's the missing ticket. You correct yourself in the mind, on the inside, then you'll start to make better choices, and it'll be more natural.
So what does it matter, Amir, if we lose all this weight and now become the thinnest person on the block, and we're a supermodel that people would look at?
That's how you get to heaven.
What would it gain us if we lost all this weight in this life, but we lost our soul?
Worthless.
Yeah.
Worthless.
So there's something more significant than even our weight loss.
100%, I agree with you. 100%. Your goal should be, first off, be joyful always and pray continually. Give thanks in all circumstances.
Yes.
Enjoy the gifts that God has given you. Give Him your life. Trust in Jesus so that your destiny, your eternity is secure.
Yes.
Losing weight's not going to get you there.
I guess that settles the issue.
That settles the issue.